Okay, welcome to Beers with Boydo. So today I'm going to be reviewing or comparing the Kronenbourg 1664 Australian brewed versus the Kronenbourg 1664 French brewed in France. So the inspiration for this video came from Simon from Real Ale Craft Beer, and he does a few videos where he gets European brewed beer versus the same beer but brewed in the UK, and there's just a big difference. He does the Kronenbourg as well, so I'll put a link for that in the description because it's a great video. But yeah, this has been in the back of my mind for a while now. I lived in France for 8 months, about 6 years ago, and I drank a lot of, well, this Kronenbourg, and I loved it. It was probably my go-to beer the whole time I was over there. Anyway, I get back to Australia, and a couple of months go past, and I'm in a bottle shop, and I see Kronenbourgs, and I was stoked. Couldn't believe it. So, because I love that beer so much, and bought a 6-pack on a Friday afternoon after a big week at work. Come back home, put them in the freezer, come out the back to start drinking them with all intentions to drink the whole 6-pack. And the first one, pretty good. I was getting those flavors that I was getting from the beers I was drinking in France, but I probably got to the second or the third, and I couldn't go any further. I just wanted something else. It wasn't the same, and couldn't really put my finger on it until I read the label, and it says it is brewed in Australia. And so I couldn't finish the 6-pack that night. I went to something else, and the other beers sat in my fridge for a while. I mean, I got through them, but it just wasn't the same as this when I was in France. And I have noticed this with like Peroni, Stella, Heineken. It's just the Australian brewed stuff just isn't the same as what you get when you're in Europe. And so this year I was actually in France again and drank a few of these, loved them, thought I'd bring one back to do this video. So let's compare them. This is the Australian brewed Kronenbourg 1664. So this is actually 5% ABV, and yeah, it says here, brewed and bottled under strict supervision of Carlsberg Breweries, Copenhagen by Cooper's Brewery. Now, the French brewed Kronenbourg, 5.5% ABV, so 0.5% of an ABV more than the Australian brewed one. Also, these bottles are, what are they? I think 330 ml, and the French ones are 250 ml. All right, let's get them out into the glass. By the way, I've got the Australian schooner glasses here, which are 425 mils. All right, the Australian brewed Kronenbourg 1664. Bit ahead on that. It's all right. The French brewed Kronenbourg 1664. I'm so keen to try this because it's been 4 months maybe. So it's been hard not to drink this until I made this video. And finishing off that pour. All right, let's go in for the aroma. We'll start with the Australian one here. It's a pretty strong bitterness to that. Very mild, biscuity, bready malts. But it's just, I'm getting that like Australian lager bitterness, which isn't a bad thing. I don't think it's what I want to smell when I'm having one of these. Let's go in for the French brewed. Yep. Wow, okay. So different. That is so different. This, you're just getting that earthy, more of a citrus, spice. It just smells so much better. Very, very subtle bitterness. Maybe not even any. But this one, such a bitter smell after that. All right. I cannot wait to drink that one. Let's tuck into the Australian brewed one. Yeah, it definitely tastes like a Kronenbourg 1664. And I think that's when I bought that 6-pack, that first one. That's why it tasted so great. But it's when you get to the second and the third, and I'm even getting it now, there's just this overpowering bitterness to it that just wasn't in that when I was drinking it in France. Like, you're getting a mild bready malt flavor. There is some earthiness to it. Just a bitter aftertaste. Very Australian, like a Tooheys New or something aftertaste. Like, it's all right. Yeah, okay. Let's get stuck into this one. It's been a while. Oh, that smell. Yeah. Very different. Very different. Really getting that like earthy, herbal, citrus, evenly balanced with the malts there. There's a mild bitterness, but it's perfect for what it is. And this is why I love this beer so much while I was in France. It's cracker. Like, I know it's a mass-produced lager, but I think it's great. It's just so different from the Australian brewed stuff. Like, I can't believe it. So Kronenbourg 1664 used the Strisel Spout hops. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but that's what gives it that distinctive flavour. When you drink it, I just know that's a Kronenbourg 1664. And you do kind of get that from this. Yeah. Oh, like, why can't they do it like that here? Honestly. Mm. I should have brought back more of them. Wow. Yeah, that's just bringing back being in France. I love it. All right. I'll finish it off, but I don't really want to. Not when I got that right there. Yeah, it's not like that. It really isn't. All right, time to finish off this one. Oh, my last sip. Oh, yeah. Seriously, that is where it's at. Gosh, that's a good beer. Thanks for watching. I will be uploading. I brought back a Heineken and a Stella, so I'll compare them against the Australian brewed stuff and see how we go. But yeah, big difference. Big difference. That is a great beer. That is very average. Thanks for watching.